Biden attempting to spin negative news about the economy to Democrats' advantage. But instead of tackling inflation and the high gas prices he created, he is focusing on this.
Junk fees that are taking real money out of your pockets. Real money out of the pockets of American families. Overdraft fees, excessive credit card late fees, processing fees for concert tickets, or like resort fees. When you think you're paying one price to book a hotel, you only find out after you're checking out that there's a resort fee you've never heard about.
Joe Concha, author of Come On Man, joins us now. Joe, no one likes these fees, but the question is, should this be the president's closing economic argument?
That's a great question, because how many days now are we out from the midterms? 12 days, and this is, okay, if we just tackle this, people will feel relief. The messaging regarding inflation in general, Carly, Todd, and how to solve it has been nothing short of craptastic. I mean, remember, it was transitory last year. The inflation, it'll be going away. We heard that from the administration and from the Fed. Then once it was apparent that it wasn't transitory, then it was Putin's fault, even though inflation had been going up since March of 2021, when Biden, the Democrats, added an additional $2 trillion in spending via the COVID Relief Act that didn't have much to do with COVID. And then we're at zero inflation over the summer, even though it was at a 40-year high, which was something like 8.5%. And now it's let's go after junk fees. And that's the reason why so many people are unhappy with this administration in general. A, because of inflation itself, and B, because of the narrative around it. First, they acknowledged that it didn't exist, which is like an alcoholic not acknowledging that they're an alcoholic. And now the solutions seem to be coming from a place that people really don't know how to solve this problem, and it's why it's going to impact them so negatively in the midterms, guys.
Yeah, Joe, it's all leading to this. Politico reporting that the White House is getting anxiety about the midterms. Quote, Biden has expressed some wish to campaign more, but is bowed to arguments that he can help other ways, telling allies that he'd happily stay off the trail if that means keeping the Senate. Isn't that, Joe, probably the best evidence that he isn't going to run in 2024, that he knows now that he is a detriment to his party?
Certainly in the states that matter, Todd, right? I mean, the presidential elections, it isn't a 50-state proposition anymore. It comes down to a handful of states, basically. Virginia, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, New Hampshire. And in those states, the president is polling in the 30s in approval. And when you're a president that's in the approval in the 30s, that's probably someone you don't want around you when you're trying to win a Senate seat or a congressional seat, because that may end up being in an ad used against you because the president is so unpopular and his coattails are so short. So, yeah, I don't think he runs again in 2024 either, Todd, because he doesn't seem to have the energy now at 79 as he approaches his 80th birthday. Joe Biden at 84, 85 in the White House in the second term is something that I don't even think he can envision at this point.
Also, this Newsweek is getting criticized because it fact-checked Senator Ted Cruz for condemning the Antifa riots. Remember, he was on The View and he talked about the cities that burned, and now Newsweek is saying that it didn't quite happen that way. I think we have a full screen with this Newsweek quote. Part of it says that Cruz's characterization that cities burned for a year is significantly stretching the truth, labeling the protests as Antifa riots as misleading. Two, as there is no organization or group known as such. It also goes on to say, while protests did continue in Portland, Oregon for nearly a year, according to media reports, these were not all characterized by arson. I mean, talk about splitting hairs here, Joe.
Wow. These are the mostly peaceful protests we're talking about, right? We remember the reporters from CNN and MSNBC saying that these protests are mostly peaceful, and then you see behind them it looks like the Nakatomi Plaza at the end of Die Hard, with buildings literally on fire and a very deep orange, right? Look, to say that there weren't Antifa riots in Portland, just talk to anybody in Portland. Talk to anybody in Seattle, where Antifa literally took over a part of the city and kicked a whole police department out of their building. Remember the CHOP, right? I think it was called CHOP. And then in many other cities, across the country, billions upon billions of dollars in damage to businesses. No, I'm pretty sure they existed because the evidence is right there on our screen. And to deny that is a whole bowl of wrong, Carly and Todd. I'm sorry.
It's violence that would make Hans Gruber proud. That's two diehard references, one topic. Meantime, Joe, the host of The View, defending Pennsylvania Senate candidate John Fetterman's debate performance. Watch.
The Republican Party's running a bunch of ads about showing Fetterman stumbling on things because of the stroke. What kind of a doctor is behind that? Aren't you supposed to do no harm?
It takes real bravery to allow people to see your weakness, right? And we know that Fetterman's cognitive abilities have not been compromised.
Joe, your reaction to our daily dose of dumb from The View?
A $1 billion bet that if John Fetterman was a Republican, you would not be getting that sort of reaction. I'll read you 3 quick headlines. Disaster for Fetterman, much worse than I expected. That's Charlotte Alter of Time Magazine. Pretty sure she's a liberal. Absolutely painful to watch. Olivia Nuzzi, who's actually a very good reporter, New York Magazine. Painful to watch regardless of one's politics. MSNBC's Joe Scarborough. Let's put it this way. Everybody saw that this was a train wreck. Democrats are now horrified at their prospects in Pennsylvania. But leave it to The View to defend the indefensible. Charlie, Todd.
Joe Concha, as always, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Joe.